Oh man, there's a bunch. There's a bunch, man. I don't know. The first time Killer Shaq came to the studio when I met him, he came to my studio in Queens. That was memorable. What else? Large Pro. The first time I met Large Pro at the studio. Let me think. I don't know. Other like even recently, like when I was in the studio, we did the Mobbin song for the Conflicted soundtrack. That was a dope experience. You know, there's a bunch of people there. Jay Worthy, Chase Fetty, Heem, Benny. Who else was there? There was a bunch of people there. That was cool. That was a good experience. I don't know. There's a lot. I think one of the big ones that I remember though, because the person's no longer here, was when I went up to Buffalo like a few years back. DJ Shay let me into his studio to work with Benny and these guys, like the BSF cats, and he had never met me before. I only knew Benny at the time, and Rick Hyde and him were there, and like they welcomed me in the studio, and he basically let me take over the studio for 2 full days, and we did like 4 tracks or something each night. We took over the. So like at the end of the thing, he's like, Ice, you gotta leave, man. Like there's too much heat. I can't. I need to get back to work. And I was like, nah, man, appreciate you. He's like, nah, for real. He's like, anytime you need to come up here, you need something. He's like, I got you. He's like, I like what you're doing. Like let's keep in touch. So when I was leaving, I gave him like a thumb drive, and I was like, yo, here's like 12 gigabytes of drum sounds. I was like, appreciate you for having me. And he's like, my man. He's like, thank you. He's like, he appreciated that, and we kind of just, kept in touch because of that. And he was like, always, he's always, showing me respect and stuff. Cause he let me just take over his studio. That's pretty ill, We got some good stuff done, and he was a great cat, and rest in peace to DJ Shay, I've met so many artists at this point. It's like, it's kind of like nothing. And, just at this point, but, I'm trying to think of any time where I don't know. I'm sure I said something stupid to an artist once when I was like, just fanning out. I'm sure they were like, looked at me like, "Fuck you," But I can't remember anything off the top of my head. Oh, but there was one time actually where I felt like an idiot. So. My computer wasn't linking to the Serato at a show actually, and Funkmaster Flex had just gotten off. So I'm like following Funk Flex, and we can't figure out how to get the thing working. He's looking at me like, does this guy have any idea what he's doing? So finally, I said, fuck it, I'm gonna rock this whole set from iTunes. So I rocked the set from iTunes for Mayhem, and no one even knew. And after the set, I think it was Hovain, Troy Ave's old manager or whatever, came up. He's like, yo, good set. I was like, appreciate you. I rocked the whole thing off iTunes. He looks at me, he's like, you crazy? What? Yeah, I think it was a Hovain, yeah. But it was a crazy like time because I had to go. I had like a few minutes. We were trying to make it work. So I was like, I'm just gonna do it. This is what we're gonna do. So we made it work and we made it happen. And I've had to do that actually more than once, unfortunately. But I finally got a new computer. I was like, I just need a new computer because I guess certain ones don't work with certain things. And we didn't do a sound check because we were idiots and we got there late. So, I had to do what I had to do. Try not to fall asleep while you're driving. that's one thing. On the road, yeah, you just got to be on point, and you got to make sure that there's someone that's ready to drive at all times because you're going to have to break night sometimes and get places. So I would say just, if you could have an extra body that's there to kind of look out for everybody and kind of, be ready to do whatever needs to be done at any given time. Like that's a good thing. You know what I mean? So, cause I fell asleep at the wheel once and I luckily caught myself before we went off the side of the highway. But yeah, I would say just have something like that because it does happen. It does happen. You know what I mean? No matter how much coffee you drink and how many jumping jacks you do before you get in the car, you can still fall asleep. So, no, it's a job. It's definitely a job. And if you don't treat it like a job, at least have people around you that treat it like a job. And even if you're trying to have a good time, there's got to be someone got to be on point. At least, you know, one or two people got to be like paying attention to what's going on, because if you're not, then, you know, you end up getting a situation that it's not good. You know what I mean? So, and I mean, there's many factors to it too. You know, it's not all like malicious stuff. Sometimes it's, you know, it's like falling asleep or whatever. But, you know, I've been in the backstage when someone's tour van got robbed. We all had to run outside like to try to chase the dudes who did it. You know, it's like a whole thing. But yeah, like you just got to be on point. That's all.